Hey everyone, welcome to welcome to. I somehow fucked up the YouTube live stream. I'm sorry. Welcome to another episode of the Webcomics Hubcast, season 2, episode 6, I think. Comics, comics, guys. Literature's fun side hustle. That is the title of today's episode. I am not kidding. We're going to talk today about the tweet and the ad that Webtoon put out because I think it's interesting. I think there's an interesting dialogue to be had there. And as always, I want to know your opinion on everything that we're talking about. So, do tell me how it made you feel, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And also want to talk to you about boyfriends. Boyfriends in Lore Olympus. I'm going to explain that more later, but I just, I like to be a little bit mysterious. Also, if you didn't watch last week's watch party I did with a bunch of YouTube friends, go watch it. It's kind of slow. It's kind of us just watching a bunch of YouTube Webtoon live animations and commenting on how we feel about them and just, taking things easy. An unusual live stream. But I do understand that it doesn't fit the channel specific. So from going forward, every time we do one of those, they will no longer be going on the Webcomics Hubcast channel. They will actually be going on the alternate YouTube channel, the channel I have for other stuff. It's called the Webcomics Attic. If you search YouTube, that's literally how you find it. Lots of things go in my attic. I have an attic. If you want to see what that looks like, just let me do a quick transition. Yeah, this is the alternate channel. It's got one video on it. It's just where the watch party is. It's really not like cryptic or anything. Is it? Yeah, that's it. So that channel exists now. Please go there and look at stuff. Thank you. Anyway, on with the rest of the show. Guys, did anyone tell you this week that Webtoon made an ad? They made an ad and it's bad and it's also very funny to me. Webtoon guys, they made an ad. They made an ad that they put in the New York Times. I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, Webtoon's advertising thing that they've been doing and how, I think we said it a few weeks ago, that it's a little bit annoying, but it's good to see them even bothering because normally they don't do jack. And you guys know me. You guys follow me on Twitter, I assume. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you should at webcomics_hub, where I just tweet straight positivity, kids. That's all I do. Positivity and long-winded tweets about research that's been in my mind for 4 days and it has to come out somehow. But don't worry, I don't really make hot takes. The entire week of this entire thing happening, I shut the fuck up. Because I don't do hot takes on Twitter. I don't. It's just not my thing. Twitter is a terrible platform for having long, meaningful conversations. And that's why I have a live stream. That's why I created a fucking YouTube channel and a Discord server where you can talk about this in the Comics Conversation channel. There's a post about it I made there. I would have loved to hear your thoughts earlier this week because, that's just where I put stuff. So please look in there. But anyway, it's just, I have spent a lot of time with reading the feelings and thoughts and opinions of many people, of everyone really. It's been very interesting to watch. If you don't know what ad I'm talking about, maybe you've been living under a rock for a few weeks. I'm just gonna show it on the screen here. That's the ad. If you have any questions about why my Twitter looks like that, I'm not gonna tell you. But Kenny Duck, posted this. She, they, I think they're they. No, she. Pronouns on the right. She saw this ad in New York. She was walking here. I don't know which. I think it's the subway. I think she saw this in New York in the subway. Posted about it. Quite angry. Small thread about it and how much work it is to be a Webtoon creator, and how belittling it felt. And a lot of people said that the whole week. I think a lot of the week was me reading people going, I felt very belittled. I felt like shit. This didn't make me feel good. I bust my ass every week and your dog ass is gonna be there on on the subway saying shit like this. I think even what's his face, Neil Gaiman, a man who I only like because of his proximity um, to my favorite fantasy author, whose name has completely escaped me because I suck at names. I don't understand how. Terry Pratchett. That's what I was thinking. I was joking. I actually quite like Neil Gaiman's work. I like his work on a regular basis. I'm not just saying that to cover my ass. I actually do. But Neil Gaiman, a man who is a very legit big author, person whose work I've been using to write a video, spoke about it too and was like, this was a very bad ad. And I agree. I think we all agree the ad sucks. The ad is stupid. The general ad campaign had problems from the beginning, but the ad is dumb. And I didn't know what I wanted to say about it at first because it's kind of a difficult conversation to have, right? Because on the one hand, you want to point out how they clearly didn't mean anything negative by it. They were just trying to, appeal to people who don't read comics. This is Webtoon's attempt to do that. Something in the last video about ads we talked about where I said they fucking suck at doing that. Absolutely horrendous at doing that. And this is their attempt to appeal to other people. I can see that very clearly. This is a bad attempt, mind you, but it's an attempt. And on the one hand, that was the first thing I saw about it. The second thing I thought about it was there was a lot of opinions going around that after this backlash, the ad company was going to for the audio listeners, I'm laughing because of what one of the people in chat said. But on the other hand, it was very much a lot of people on Twitter talking about how, oh, whoever made this ad or okayed this ad or the ad company involved is gonna get fucking smoked. And I'm here to be the bearer of bad news. No. They're not gonna get smoked. In fact, they're probably gonna get a promotion. Okay, so if you're not a marketing mogul like me, if you don't watch Marketing Mondays with Atrioc, or you just haven't worked in business, you might not know this, but most people not most people, the position of like head of marketing or the the CMO, the chief marketing officer, or the director of marketing. I think the one Webtoon has, I'm trying to remember, because I think I saw her the other day. I saw her because it's a her, by the way. I'm trying to remember, but it's not coming to me. But the person who's in charge of marketing at Webtoon, the director of marketing and outreach or partnerships. Yeah, the digital marketing and partnerships director. That's what it was. Digital marketing partnerships director is probably going to it's probably the one who okayed this when working with whatever advertising firm that we're working with that was putting the ads all over Webtoon. In all likelihood, not guaranteed, but she's the highest person on the totem pole that I'm publicly aware of. And just so you know something about positions like the digital marketing partnerships director or head of marketing or whatever, is these positions have a lifetime of about 3 to 5 years. It doesn't matter how big your company is. It doesn't matter how good your marketing guy is. Most marketing execs get fired after about 3 to 5 years, irrelevant of their quality of work. So quite often, what marketing execs do when they get charged or start taking charge is they want to stamp their name in the sand. It's the reason why we have things like, not New Coke, it's the reason why we have random logo changes in companies. You ever wonder why like companies arbitrarily change their logos every like 5 to 10 years? Or every 3 to 5 to 10 years? New marketing exec, that's who dropped. Welcome to business class. I'm your businessman. But yeah, like that's why that happens as often as it does. And positions like this are, again, very volatile, irrelevant of quality of work. So the reason why we got these ads has probably been okayed by the digital marketing and partnerships director, who started working there about 2 years ago. So she's still in the middle of her stamping the name in the sand thing. And it's not about all publicity is good publicity. The reason why someone like her or the ad company will continue to make a ton of money off these ads isn't even because of that. It's just because how you feel about an ad is irrelevant. Like, they're gonna take it down. They're gonna take it down and put up a new one, right? But like, the nature of advertising tells you that either they knew this would make people upset and they did it knowing it would make people upset, which is like, it's like a whole like 4-dimensional chess thing they're doing here, or they didn't know, they didn't care, and they're only removing it so you stop tweeting at the poor intern that runs their Twitter account. That's it. like those are your options. Unfortunately for you. And yeah, as Gleamy Arts in chat says, it felt very Hello Kids, because it was very Hello Kids. It was very Hello Kids. If you don't know what ad we're talking about, again, I'm just going to transition and put it up on the screen. It was very Hello Kids. It was very tone deaf. It was very unaware of the audience it was talking to. It did not communicate a lot of how they felt. And for a lot of people, this feels like Webtoon saying the quiet part out loud, right? I saw someone actually literally say that. They're like, no, guys, listen. This isn't an accident. They're saying the quiet part out loud. And I'm like, guys, probably not. I feel really bad saying this because Webtoon as a company has a lot of problems. They have a lot of problems. And I promise you, if I thought that this was like some kind of shitty move where they came from a place of genuine just disrespect for their creator class, I'd say that. I say that all the time. I shit you not. I saw this ad and the first thing that came to my mind, even after consistently looking around it, wasn't, damn, they're just really shitty and they just revealed it. This is like, like a QAnon moment. Right? No, like, what came to mind was literally just like, they're dumb. They're dumb as fuck. They're dumb as fuck. This is a company that, from some of the things I've heard, has an internal mandate to be putting out, 200 to 300 Korean comics up on their page, in part because they fear the competition of other platforms in the English-speaking market that have a consistent overriding amount of content coming in every month. They're dumb. They do things based on impulse. Naver, the company, is notorious for that. They're not some masterminds of business. They're shitty, they're fucking dumbasses that rolled into good luck and continue to roll into good luck and just make dumb mistakes regularly. It was only a matter of time, as Kachipurian puts in chat, it was only a matter of time until Webtoon's marketing did something like this. This isn't the actions of a malicious entity. It's the actions of a moron, of a genuine moron. Like, these are the same people that put out an ad that was like something doom scrolling, like doom scrolling never felt so good or something like that. Like, they're dumb. Let me level with you here, guys. I cannot establish enough how stupid they are. I cannot establish how stupid they are. Because I think a lot of you have had to work with Webtoons from that perspective where you've met a few of the people that work there, or you've seen some of the things they tweeted, and like sometimes they seem to be really on the money with what they're trying to do, or at least they seem to be harmless, right? And I completely understand seeing that and feeling to some extent, wow, how could they do this? Like, I feel a little bit betrayed. But it's just like, as someone who's been around for a long time, they're just thick. And don't take that as a defense, by the way. Stupidity leading to a negative amount of, stupidity leading to a negative result is still a negative result. And they deserve to be lambasted for it. They deserve to be lambasted for it 100%. But it lets you understand that, like, while these platforms are not your friends, they are not large bodies of malicious entities. That's not what they're doing. And even if they're being malicious, this is not where they're going to be malicious. This ad is like money they've spent that they've had to like take down and put up a new one. They're just dumb. And I don't know. Like, that's how it's always come across to me, right? That's how it's always been to me in, like, since 2014 when they came out in English and they were pushing their their shit. They've always just come off as really fucking stupid. When they make any bad decision, they've always come off as really dumb. And I would never attribute this to some kind of shitty malicious behavior. Their apology seems pretty genuine, and it doesn't seem like they meant to be terrible. But the hurt that they've caused and the things that they've brought forward are very legit. You know, like, you're totally correct about how awful what they've said means. I should make sure I get to this. The hour, like Lizzie Buzz in chat says, the hours comic creators put into writing and drawing about their body of work, and they say this, and yeah, like, fuck, dude. Guys, like, people work every day making comics for your terrible, terrible platform. And like, that's something that came to mind and didn't feel wrong. Just a little bit upsetting. Just like, quite upsetting, actually. Especially in a current age when, like, we know that even if you're featured, you're currently still quite underpaid. Like, this isn't the 2016-17 era of giving featured creators $2K plus when FastPass came in plus FastPass, and then when other things happened plus that. It's the era of $1,200 is an amount that a featured creator earns. I know for a fact. It's the era of paying per chapter upload, but in a way that is like so low per panel, like so low per panel. It's the era in which Lifelight and their new comic get 2 weeks of banners or whatever, like multiple days of banners on the Webtoon front page, and then everyone else gets like 2 hours. Like, it's a really sucky time. It's a really sucky time. And then for them to not acknowledge that, to act the way that they did it's just kind of painful, if I'm honest. Made me a little bit sad. That's really it. They also really made a big ass banner for a comic and forgot to make the link work. Like, the link is straight up broken. Wait, which one is it? Is it on the front page? Which one is it? I don't look at front page comics. I'm always reading Canvas shit. So which one is it? Let me know. I don't want to have to click through all of them. Wait. I think so. Okay. Well, if that happens, that'll be great. From Ocean Backwards in chat, I remember on the first few days of the call to action contest, I couldn't find entries for the contest on the mobile app. Turned out they forgot to put in a link to the entries entirely. Yeah, they did. They did for multiple days. There was only one way to get to it, and you had to go to the website, get the link, and then you could read it. It was so bad. Like, it was so fucking dumb. The Night Young. Okay, I'll go look at that in a second. Just reading some things from chat. Let me see who said what. Let me see what people are saying while I look for this dumb thing on the front page. From Tracy for the Animals, people have sacrificed their mental health and physical health, gotten carpal tunnel, and put their blood, sweat, and tears into their comics. To treat comics like that is vile. No, you're right. It's vile. The behavior, the result of the behavior is irrelevant of the behavior itself. It might just be their stupidity, but they really did put people in a crappy position. They really did. Like, it's hilarious in some sick way. From Bev in chat. The ad is actually, tell me you're an MLM pyramid scheme without telling me you're an MLM pyramid scheme. I mean, Bev, the thing with that take, and it's not me disagreeing with your overall point. The thing with that take, Bev, is that, oh lol, the Night is Young literally just doesn't work. Okay, cool. Thank you for showing me that. Oh, also the Night is Young banner is only on the mobile app. It's not on the webpage. So I couldn't even see it. But Bev, the problem with that take, in my opinion, is just that that's the nature of all online content. It's all like that. Webtoon didn't just invent this system of rampant creator exploitation. It's been the way that companies have used to make money for a while, and like it's not that you're wrong. It's more like because of how correct what you're saying is, to quite a good degree. It starts to like bring up a conversation that we should probably be having as creators as to where we put our shit, why we put our shit where we put it, and what we're putting where, and the kind of content that we're putting, and the kind of things that we're selling to companies. And it's a conversation that I don't think creators have often enough, right? And I think one of the things that really highlighted this for me was in the wake of this all happening, a lot of people started tweeting, remove your comics from Webtoon. And it reminded me of that tweet that we looked at like a few weeks ago from, I was going to say friend of the show, but we're not friends. I just really like what they say. From well, I think her name is Mary. Yeah, Mary Safro. And like the reality of the matter is that the nature of being a creative individual and the existence of the internet has led to an environment where even if these people are MLM pyramid schemes, we don't really seem to have a choice. For a lot of us, the only way we can make money, the only way any of us can make money is by coming onto these shitty platforms, by coming here and dumping our time and our effort. And at some point, in the face of dropping company after company because they do bad thing, we'll have to make decisions about survivability. And sometimes that decision is easy. Sometimes the decision is, yeah, fuck it, I don't need that platform. Yeah, fuck it, I don't need Kickstarter. They started doing NFTs and crypto. In fact, I'm going to just start using BackerKit because it's a lot more friendly to what I want to do. Yeah, screw it. I'm going to drop Linktree and I'm going to use the Linktree version, that thing that I made and I put on GitHub for everyone to be able to use. That can be an option you can make and a thing you can do, and that can happen for you. That can be a thing that exists for you. But at some point, you're going to be like, I don't want to be on Webtoon, but where can I go? Tapastic? They're worse. Delitoon or Dilly Hub or Webcomics? No, they're, apart from maybe Dilly Hub, I don't know a lot about them, but the rest of them are worse. Global Comics, they don't have an app. I don't think they don't think they fully understand like the game anymore. They come from a very different perspective, a perspective that I might not agree with. So then what then? Like that's what happens. That's this conversation I have. Like, what then? Where do we go then? What do we do? If you're a creative and the internet exists and you're not making it big IRL, you just kind of have to suck it up and go there. And if everyone starts saying, take your things off there, or I'm going to stop supporting that website, you're not like helping those creatives. You're shooting them in the foot. Because what you're doing is reducing the total amount of money available. I don't know. That's how I feel when I think about like the outlook of like platforms like Webtoon and YouTube, and you're looking at them and you're thinking, oh, they're like MLMs and they're like pyramid schemes and they're scams and they're exploiting young, smaller creators. I feel like we just go down this path where it's just like, okay, they're an MLM, they're a pyramid scheme. Okay, but then like, I don't have anywhere else I can put my shit. Where else can I go? Everyone else is equally as bad. Okay, well, okay, fine, I'll go here. And then everyone goes, well, that place is bad too, and I don't want to support that place. And like then the creator who's had to make a bunch of decisions going through that is just kind of left fucked. there's no. My point where I'm getting to with this one is I've gone down to like a whole bunch of thought stuff. Sorry, I was just going through a whole thought thing. My point I'm getting into here is that it sucks. It sucks. It sucks making comics right now. It sucks being involved in comics. The whole process of identifying a platform as a negative entity, identifying a place where creatives can put their content as a negative entity, and then having them jump ship or refusing to support that platform, all it does is put the creator at a negative position. The platform doesn't really lose anything, and the platform gets to continue being terrible, and that kind of sucks. It sucks. And then it just makes me go, there is no ethical consumption under capitalism. Kaji, there is no ethical consumption under capitalism, but instead it's eating digital comics. I don't know why that makes me laugh so much. So I'm just like going through comments because I went down a thought rabbit hole there. That's my bad. My bad. There have been some murmurings like we should move back to having our own sites linked with comic collectives, charts, and web rings. I think everyone should have collectives, should work in collectives, but collectives do not require a website, guys. I don't know why people don't know this. Collectives do not require a website. You don't have to have your own website to have a collective. You can have a collective that operates on another person's platform as long as the collective regularly meets, works together, and does all the other shit that collectives do. It's still meaningful. I apologize, Requiem. How does let's see, 8 Requiems in chat says, how does Webtoon function like a pyramid scheme? It's the perspective people have on bigger platforms. The idea that like they're making a lot of creators, recruit more creators into the fold by making comics and looking popular, looking like they're doing well, while essentially selling the idea that you could make a bunch of money on the platform, and really you can't. Would I call that a pyramid scheme? No, but I can see why someone would say that. What they just mean there is they're using the word pyramid scheme as a shorthand for it's a scam. That's it. They're just trying to say that it's a scam. I'm from Hika Tamika. It's kind of nice that Hiveworks CMS is open source. Yeah, no, that's really cool. Their CMS being open source, something you can like just take and mangle to fit what you want is great. I wish more platforms were like that, to be honest. And from Gleamy, I know that Spider Forest and Magical Girls have a collective. Yeah, and you can make one too. Just make a collective, guys. When you make a circle of creators that you like, you can make a collective with those people too. You can make a collective founded on several different values. Doesn't really matter. You can make something like the Action Collective, The Action Collective is just you and a bunch of action creators. You can do that. And you should involve yourself in more collectives, be more willing to, and also be willing to have your collective get absorbed by a bigger collective that you like, that it seems to agree with what you want, These are all meaningful things to do. Please make collectives. I cannot stress this enough. Make friends, get into good circles, make collectives with those people. From Spell Knight in chat, I saw all the sketchy talk of Webtoon makes me not want to submit to their CTA contest. You should submit to their contest. I feel so bad saying that. Oh shit. I feel so bad saying that. You should submit to their contest. God, this hurts me to say. You should submit to their contest. And you should submit to the Medibang contests that are currently open. I think the current open contests on Medibang are a monthly illustration contest. The Kyoto International Manga Anime Award is currently open. Both the manga and the illustration contest, and a bunch of and I think there's 2 more. And you should continually be entering your work into contest environments. It's useful for growth in terms of your work. It's useful for money. The more contests you enter over the course of a year, the more likely you are to win, surprisingly. And you can at least earn some money from this art gig that you do for fun. It's worth doing. And unfortunately, Webtoon's contest pays the most money, gives you the most eyes, and is still going to be a useful growth metric for you. Because at the end of the day, the only way you can it's a weird thing to say. The only environment in which you can stop making stuff on Webtoon or making stuff on other platforms is by growing your clout and growing your skill. Making better content, getting seen more, et cetera, et cetera. And all those things only possible the more stuff you make and the more places you post them. And so entering the Webtoon contest, despite all the problems the company has, depending on how you choose to kind of parse it, right, is a net good, is a net positive for you. It's still funny to me that it is, but it is a net positive for you as a creator. It's a little bit, it still depends obviously on your personal things that upset you and things that you don't like. But yeah, anyway, let me just move on from this one real quick, because I just wanted to bring up the contest thing for a second. So I need to go back to somewhere else. My brain is somewhere else right now. And it's back to the ad. And I was just going to be like, hey, by the way, just one thing, really quick thing. I just want to talk about this, because I really debated bringing this one up, because Um, I am, I am, I'm not very, I don't know. I'm not very happy about what I ended up having to see here. I'm not very happy about who said stuff. I don't want it to be a call out post or anything. Because I don't want this to be a call out post. I'm not gonna show it. But if you go to the apology Webtoon put out for the ad that they put out, where they said like, you know, we're sorry for making the side hustle ad, et cetera, et cetera. Underneath it is a few creators, almost all featured, um, that are expressing a viewpoint that, a viewpoint that is a little bit confusing to me. It basically, they came out like in the middle of all of their peers and their friends and other people around them complaining and saying that they feel damaged by the words that Webtoons put out, and they don't enjoy the working environment, and they don't feel supported by the company, even though they might feel supported by their editors or the people they directly work with. Some of the other featured creators who are more prominent and make more money decided to bring their opinion of they have never felt like a side hustle, and they feel treated very well. They feel very well provided for, and that they feel very appreciated by the platform. Um, I really want to show this tweet, but I don't want this to become unproductive, so I'm not showing this tweet. But what matters is it exists, and it wasn't one person. It was like, I think about 5 people in total did this. 5 people in total said this. It's just, I'm picking my words very carefully here. I'm sorry. It was just a little bit of a shitty thing to say, if I'm honest. That's kind of it. I think that's what I wanted to get to here. It's just a little bit of a shitty thing to say, whether or not. Yeah. And like, it just seemed like a bit of a shitty thing for them to say, because I don't think it's shitty to like share your opinion on how you feel and stuff. Like you should openly tell people if you feel maligned by the platform you work for or whatever, or you don't. That's meaningful. It's always going to be meaningful. But when your peers talk about how, when your peers and co-creators talk about how negative the environment around their work has felt, you shouldn't take that opportunity to, picking my words really carefully here, shouldn't take that opportunity to be shit. You shouldn't take the opportunity to like bootlick. Like I respect that you've not felt mistreated. And if you've not felt mistreated in the middle of a situation when everyone is being hurt, you can just shut the fuck up. You don't have to join them in their Twitter threads and their shit. But you should look at it and take that seriously, because yeah, maybe they treat you well, but they treat the people you work with like crap, at least in their perspective. And that is something to be respected, even if you don't agree with it. Even if you don't agree with it, like it doesn't mean that everyone gets treated the same. I will not fucking forget. And I don't know if that person still listens to the podcast. They listened to it one episode and they left a comment that I didn't like. I talked about them once. Maybe I shamed them into leaving or something. I don't remember. But there was a comment I got from a featured creator. The person, I'm really trying to pick my words, guys. I'm really trying to pick my fucking words. I'm really trying to pick my words, because when you don't want to say the wrong thing, because we don't want to put someone on blast needlessly, right? But the person in question, like, had felt a certain way about the things that I'd said about how much people were earning, and decided to like tell me how much they were earning and tell me all that information. And they were clearly earning a lot more than everyone, as in 4K a month, and they were managing to put out 5 chapters a month, something that almost no other featured creator can do. And like, they were expressing that opinion as if it was normal. as if that was a normal place to be. And it shocked me how little they understood about how other people were being treated. And while they seem to have gotten it eventually, a lot of featured creators that are blessed, let's say that word, they're blessed. Because look, I want it to be clear, while I'm shitting on the things that they said, I don't want them to earn less. Like, we work in this field. I want you to keep earning well. Like, keep getting that paper, sis. Stacking that paper. Get that cash. Get those Benjamins, baby. But like, don't fucking piss on everyone else when they're not getting Benjamins like you are. Don't piss on the words that they say. You're prominent, especially when you're prominent. If you're prominent, don't fucking do this shit. Don't do this shit. Don't go underneath the thing and like kiss their ass and be like, I've never felt like a side hustle. Because when you say that shit, yeah, I respect that you haven't felt like a side hustle, but when you publicly say that shit, when you publicly put yourself out there like that, you're not expressing your opinion. That's not what you're doing. Even though you think that's what you're doing, that's not what you're doing. You're publicly pissing on the words of everyone else. You're saying to everyone else around you, everyone else in the space around you, everyone else in the position that you are in, what do you mean? What do you mean union busting? Like, you're doing that. I used to work with a guy who hated unions, and he did this a lot. And it was this behavior. It was, you walk in and you're like, what do you mean union busting? The company never hired a union busting lawyer. And why would we ever need a union anyway? I feel so well taken care of. You evoke the emotional feelings of the people who worked at Bethesda, at Bethesda Softworks, who would like go and stalk other employees when they were making Fallout 76, and you would just rat on them to your boss. For no reason, for no extra money. You evoke that emotional feeling in me. The emotional feeling of disgust at your very existence. It frustrates me because I again don't want to blast them on main. Because it's not worth it. Like, they're not evil people. They're dumb. No, they're not dumb. Actually, you know what? No, I take it back. They are kind of evil. I backtracked and I'm back here. They are kind of evil. But I don't think they did this explicitly to be evil. I think they did this as an expression of their own opinions. And again, I'm trying to be very even-handed. And I think they did it as an expression of their own, genuine opinions. However, it is a shitty thing to do. It is a shitty thing to do. It is the behavior of a coward and a slime ball. It has been on my mind all day, and I have deliberated whether I'm showing it to you or not. And I just settled on not showing it to you. If you want to go find it on your own. I don't want to put these people's accounts like front and center because, I don't really think that they mean anything bad by it. I really don't think they do. I really don't think they do. I think they just they've been given something that has meant a lot to them. They're taking it very seriously. They're getting paid well, better than a lot of people. And they have not identified that the situation that they're in is very unique. Or maybe they have, but they think that the reason why everyone else doesn't have it is because they're not putting as much time or whatever. They have some shitty opinion or they have some shitty belief that has allowed them to continue to say shit like this. I don't know. I'm I'm mad. I'm very mad. But I'm not going to do the thing I want to do. I'm not going to show you the tweets. I'm not going to show you the opinions. I'm not going to show you the people because they're allowed to speak from their own perspective in the public space. They may not be aware of the kind of effects the things that they say have, but they're allowed to say them. I want to keep growing my channel, guys. And I think pacing on a bunch of featured creators, while very funny and good for me and good for them, because fuck them, shouldn't be my opening thing to do. I don't think it's fair. And also, I have other people I work with for this stupid Webcomics Hub channel. And as such, everything I do affects them. So I can't put that on them. So let's just fucking move on. I'm so mad. I'm so mad now. I've like riled myself up. and I've had to like cool down so quickly because it's just like if I do this, whatever. I'm closing the thing. I had it open. I was gonna show you guys. I had it open. I have to close it. I have to close it so I don't accidentally show it when I'm moving around. It's funny in a messed up way. Yeah, it is. It's a funny in a messed up way. Like instead of thinking maybe I'm the odd one out, they go, no, everyone who's saying any of these things that are negative about the situation are just lying and they don't have information. Like if I'm telling you that feature creators get $1,200, like there are a lot of them that get $1,200, and a good number of them get about $1,200 a month. That the output that they have to do every month is anywhere between 120 minimum panels and like 240 just so they can make like good money. And you're trying to fucking argue this with me? Not like I haven't spoken to enough of them and had to listen to a lot of them just like be upset. And not like this entire Twitter thing going on is evidence of the fact that quite a lot of people are in quite a lot of pain. If you're going to argue that with me because your feature creator daddy pays you fucking $4,000 a month, like go fuck yourself, bro. Honestly, someone clip that. Someone clip the good part of me being angry. Because it is, a lot of people are in a lot of pain, and I'm very upset that a substantial number of other people want to minimize their pain because it pays, like, because they're getting paid. I don't fucking understand that behavior. Yeah, we're affiliate now, so you can subscribe on Twitch. Subscribe to the video. Go follow my Twitch. I'm gonna Patreon. You stupid bitch. That's a thing from the outro from a video I really like. Anyway, bro, if someone paid me $4,000 a month, I'd lick their boots too. Never mind. No, it's not a chapter. It's a month. It's a month, not a chapter. Let's get that right. They still have to do like quite a lot of volume, but they also got given a whole bunch of assistance by Webtoon. That's why they can do 4,000 a month. They got given like a bunch of assistance by Webtoon that are paid by whoever's in charge of their comic. Like they got the red carpet treatment, man. You know, my friends and I have I'm gonna kind of out some of the things my friends say. My friends and I have a saying that is like that Webtoon is that making webcomics is like being on the Titanic as it's sinking, because our industry is incredibly volatile and will eventually, our industry is incredibly volatile, and the platforms that give us money will eventually implode and we'll start again and we'll get new ones and et cetera, et cetera. But because of that volatility, our industry is always consistently sinking, right? So much like the Titanic, it's consistently sinking, and a bunch of us are at the bottom of the Titanic, shoveling the water out, you know, trying to keep the engine on, just so that it doesn't all burn out. That's most of us, and it's a select few of us. Are up there at the top of the Titanic, having dinner. They haven't even registered that the boat is sinking, because they don't have to think about that shit. And the way they act in the face of the boat, of the people at the bottom of the boat complaining that the boat is sinking and that maybe we deserve a little bit of like, maybe we deserve a break, maybe we deserve some help, maybe we should stop the boat from fucking sinking. The way those people react is just to tell them to go fuck off. That's very frustrating. That's very frustrating to live in. Yeah. That's all I want to talk about here. Let's fucking move on. I'm so mad. I'm so mad, but I can't be openly angry because I can't say all the things I want to say. Let's have a 10-minute interjection, guys. Let's have a 10-minute interjection. I want to talk to you guys about NFTs again for like 10 minutes. I promise you, 10 minutes, and we'll move on. 10 minutes. You guys know I hate NFTs. It's fine. Recently, I saw a work. I saw a work from one of the creators, another YouTube creator in the NFT webcomic space, and sorry, in the webcomic space. I was talking about NFTs, and they said something about how, you know, webcomic creators don't get NFTs and they should stop being so angry. Like NFTs are bad, but they don't. But webcomic creators don't get crypto, et cetera, and like we should get over it. Especially when I think it happened around a time when people were getting mad because Kickstarter also started doing crypto, and it was very irritating. And And I got very upset by it because okay, all right. I understand the problems people have with government control over money. I understand the problems that people have with an environment where we have to essentially rely on a bunch of fat cats that we don't trust to hand over the money that we clearly deserve. I get it, but it is even more baffling to me. It is more confusing to me that a substantial number of these people who believe in this NFT crypto shit, and if you're the creator who made that video, and you know who you are, because you might be watching this. I know you watched at least one of my episodes. If you're that person, right, like, I want you to listen to this right now. I cannot understand how, in God's name, you believe that to move away from a system where a bunch of fat cats we can see are openly pissing on our faces to a system where a completely unaccountable system run by absolutists who are all random strangers and con artists who assemble together in bizarre crypto-fascist communities, right, are a more trustworthy group of people. Like, these people use this crypto shit to fund Nazis. Please, do not bring your crypto shit to fucking webcomics. Please don't. Please don't. Take your shit and go fucking die in a ditch somewhere else. I would love it if you did, and I would love it if everyone who worked in NFTs and cryptos did. And that is where I want to leave that. I wanted 10 minutes to say this. I'm gonna move on. That's it. It's over. Fucking moving on. Let me read Georgie's comment. From Georgie, I haven't seen you in a while, by the way, Georgie. Good to see you again. Georgie, isn't that the whole payment system? Isn't that whole payment system just something that they brought over from Korea? From what I understand, they had it, I guess, since the beginning. Not exactly. Quite a lot of it has been modified from the Korean contracts. And they modify the contracts regularly from location to location. So it depends on where they're going and what they're trying to do. When they first moved over from Korea, I remember it being a lot better. It paid a lot more money because that was a very big thing for them. They had to, it's very important for them to maintain like the goodwill of the creators that they met over here. And the contract that they put up was so good that quite a substantial number of creators stopped uploading onto their websites and went to Webtoon's feature space. Despite the fact that they had at that point been uploading on their websites for almost for some of them, I think one of them was almost 5 years of just uploading to his website, making money there already. And then he moved everything to Webtoon for a while. Like, and by a while, I mean like 3-4 years, because the contract was that good. And he left. So, I don't think it was whole hog just from Korea. It's definitely had quite a lot of alterations and modifications. So, I don't think it's one-to-one. And you're right, it doesn't make it okay. Even if it was, it doesn't make it okay. Anyway, let's move on to the thing I wanted to talk about at the end of the day. Let's talk about boyfriends. I wish I had a boyfriend. This is your chance, guys, to put your name down to be my boyfriend. If you do become my boyfriend, we will battle to the death, and then I will use every out, and I'll also film the entire interaction of us fighting, and I'll use it to make my Webtoon call to action contest comic. What the fuck is that? I want to defeat shit. My audience wants to fight me too much, and it's a little bit worrying. I would love it if you guys fought me less and loved me more. But yeah, let's talk about boyfriends. I actually quite like that Webtoon. I mean, Boyfriends the Webtoon. I quite like the Webtoon. I quite like Boyfriends the Webtoon, even though I don't read it very often. And I don't know how you guys feel about it. I would love to know, actually, before I go on, how do you guys feel about Boyfriends? Like, do you all read it? Have you read it? Have you read some of it? Have you just seen ads for it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Cringe but free. Okay, I don't know why you think that, but I would love to know why. I just want to know how people feel about it, because I want to ads, marketing, and call-out posts rubbed me the wrong way. So people aren't. So the advertising is really not selling it to you, is what you're telling me. I know I have a very substantially large female audience. I would love to know what you guys think, because and also non-binary audience. My non-binary female audience is bigger than my male audience. I recently caught up with the Webtoon. I like it mostly because it has a trans goth boy that I somehow have a weird crush on. Geek Boy, I hate to say this to you, buddy. you're gay. Haven't read it. It's cringe, but the creator is free to be cringe. Good for them. And making money, go for it. Okay, yeah, that's a fair opinion. I respect that. From Samurai Flame in the chat, one of the ladies. Okay, just rainbow kappa. Okay, so I can see that you at least like the fact that it's gay. Respect that. No one else has. I feel like people are typing longer opinions than I expected, and I'll read them when I get there. But they're here now. Oh, great. It doesn't suck. It's like 50 Shades of Polyamory. Not quite right. But okay, it's something that it doesn't suck. It says talk about something in a way that you feel is a bit too surface level without the actual depth that you think it requires. All right, cool. Boyfriends is cute, nice of life, and happy to see representation. Love to see that. Stylistically done well, just not my thing. I can see though that it's a good match for their main audience. Good, okay, good. I'm glad to say that most of my audience isn't fucking weird. I love you all. Thank you for being good. Thank you for being not shit. So this all started last week when we were watching Rosie Bird TV, by the way, is one of the people I was in the chat. If you're on the channel we cannot speak of. If you're over there, Rosie Bird TV, who's a bud of mine, was the person I was watching. We were reacting to, we're doing a little watch party reaction to Webtoon TV shows last week with. And when we were doing that show, one of the other people we're reacting with, our friend Ty, told us about, oh, there he is. He's in chat too. Ty's in chat too. Our friend Ty told me about the reaction that the internet has been having to it. And I hadn't really paid attention. And I didn't think about it ever again since, until today, I think. It was today. Yeah, it was today. It was today because I was having a normal one, as I like to do. You guys know I love having a normal one. Every day I'm having a normal one. It's a good day for me, right? And I saw this tweet from Mike B. This segment, by the way, was originally going to be about commodification of art, and I had to swap it entirely in the past like 5 hours. But Mike B, he's the creator of Everything is Fine, made this tweet, and it's like, the hate for some webtoons is absolutely disgusting. It's okay to not like something. It's okay to be critical, but if you post pics of the characters being subjected to violence, then you can fuck right off. Nice one, Mike. Don't read my comic and unfollow me. I don't want you as a fan. Don't watch my YouTube channel. Fuck you. I actually don't want you to as a fan either. Like, Mike is right? And yeah, you're right. The internet's full of opinions and everyone has things that they think about. And, everyone's going, but it's not like people just saying negative things, because I don't care about people saying negative things. People I know have told me negative things about boyfriends, and I don't hate them for doing that. You're allowed to not like stuff. Fuck, I'm me. I don't like most things. So like, you're allowed to not like stuff, right? You're allowed to not like stuff. But like the response has been a little bit weird. It started out because it got me thinking about like queer content, right? It got me really thinking about queer content, because if you guys don't know this, I ain't straight. I ain't cis. So like for me, queer content is like an inextricable part of my life, right? Everything I write, everything I make is queer. I wrote a comic about bugs eating people, and I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. It's a little bit gay. And like in all of that, as I'm talking about all of that, it's just me realizing that like when it comes to making queer content in the spaces that we make queer content in, is a lot of other queer, especially young people, but a lot of other queer people, and they come into that space with expectations, right? Like when I started reading Boyfriends, I don't, by the way, anymore. I just want to make that. I just want to kind of outline this. I don't actually like the Boyfriends webcomic. Like I think it's good. I think it's like a good piece of content, but in terms of what I like to read on my regular basis, it's not my thing. If somebody sends it to me, I'll read it. But like personally, not something I look for reading. And that's fine, because I don't think I have to. Like, Refrainbow seems like a chill dude, and good for them. Good for them. But like, I just, you got me thinking a lot about queer content and how we make queer content on especially on the internet, because the internet is full of opinions. With the internet and general spaces where, and comics as well, are full of young queer people who are looking for representation, usually pretty young. And like, when it comes to corporate queer media, right? Like, if there's Owl House or something, and I think Owl House has a lesbian couple. If there's Owl House or something, actually, Georgie in chat put out a really good thing. Before I go on, I think I should address it. To be honest, to this day, I don't understand what queer is. Everyone seems to have a different understanding of it. Queer is a reclaimed word in LGBT spaces. Queer is just a shorthand for LGBT. That's it. Typically, that's what it's used for. Yeah. So when people say stuff like queer theory in like philosophy and sociology, they're talking about the study of LGBT communities. Usually, the targeted community they're talking about is usually stuff like trans communities and gay, lesbian, asexual and bisexual communities. They're not usually talking about other parts of the LGBT spectrum, like two-spirit people, although they should be, but yeah. Anyway, when it comes to queer content, I've noticed that queer content made by us, by indie people, by people like us, is held to like a different standard, a higher standard, right? Like, it's pushed up a little bit, because it's like, you make an Owl House, right? If you make Owl House and there's a lesbian couple in Owl House, everyone's happy with that. Oh, Owl House did a great job. You see that lesbian representation? Mwah, wonderful. You make an indie comic and there's a gay couple in it, and I shit you not, 6,000 gay people will hunt you down, find you, and tell you how that's not how the gays are, despite the fact that everyone who makes queer content is queer. Like, if you make queer content, if you put out any queer content, there is a 90% chance you're queer. Where did I get that percentage from? My ass. I made it up, but it's just that it's very common for queer creators to create people who make queer content to be queer. It's just what it is, right? And when it comes to stuff like boyfriends and Heartstopper, actually, there is a when it comes to the difference between the way people treat Heartstopper and yeah, I'm good like that. Let me reframe my argument, because live stream, I have to put my thoughts together sometimes. When it comes to the way people treat boyfriends versus when it comes to the way people treat a more corporatized LGBT comic like Heartstopper, right? And I say corporatized with not meaning malice. Like, it's just, Heartstopper is bigger. It's gone through the rounds. It's a published comic. It's also uploading on Webtoon. It's not looking to win new fans. It already has all the fans it needs, right? It's a little bit more corporatized. Execs have looked at it. It's been edited to hell. Like, it's not an attack on the work. It's a very legit work. It's very much from someone's heart. When it comes to separation, the way people would think about a comic like Heartstopper or any other like bigger, more mainstream LGBT content, and a comic like Boyfriends, there's a very big disparate way in which they're treated, right? Boyfriends is treated like you have to, it has to represent somehow every single aspect of the trans polyamorous life, right? For a lot of people, they expect that. They want that. They look at Boyfriends and they talk about Boyfriends and they're like, oh, Boyfriends isn't talking about trans people properly, or isn't talking about polyamory properly, or why is it promoting polyamory? Isn't that a negative lifestyle? Boyfriends is treated by the community that's supposed to love it the most, pretty badly. And yeah, what I'm saying can be said for a lot of minority representation in done by small creators. People treat them like that. They expect such like targeted representation. They tell them that they're wrong when they're just drawing things about their own life. They tell them that that's not how gay people talk. That's not how people are in relationships. Why are you promoting? Why are you trying to make it seem weirder? Like, that was a post I saw that was like, if if boyfriends is your introduction to the LGBT community, I don't blame you for being homophobic. And I talking about it because it's a little bit fucking weird that that's the reaction that we have to a comic that is a comedy that's just trying to have fun. I don't know, like it fucking weirds me out. It weirds me out a lot. It weirds me out because a lot of the complaints they have boil down to I don't like it because it's not me. And I'm not even talking about the complaints from like people who just hate it, right? There are people who just hate LGBT content. And like we're not going to talk about them. Fuck those people. I'm talking about people who are already in that space. They're looking for this kind of content. And then they read it and then they piss on it. And they piss on it and they do it because they're like, oh, this doesn't targetedly represent me. I don't know, man. It's just a little bit sad. It's just a little bit sad to see that. Let me see from Super Salad in chat. Boyfriends is so much like healthier and better represented than a lot of LGBT content out there. Yeah, you're right, Soap. Good to see you, by the way. I hope you're okay. Soap is right. Boyfriends is one of the healthiest comics I've read in a while in terms of how the relationship works and how they function as people and stuff like that. It's great to see. Like the most prominent LGBT comic on Webtoon and just in general before this that I saw, no, not in general, just on Webtoon. On Webtoon that I saw before this was My Weird Roommate. And I cannot state this enough. I don't like that comic. I don't like what it says. I don't like the things that it talks about. It is very negative. It is very unhealthy. It is very gross. And when most LGBT content that you find on the internet, and when you and much like most LGBT content you find on the internet, it promotes things almost as bad as straight up like grape. You know, it's really bad. You know, and also it has like a pro police chapter. It's really mega weird. And you know, when it comes to when that's the other content available, and then boyfriend shows up and it's tame and it's chill and it's easygoing and it's just like, I don't know what people's problems is. I don't know people's problem, to be honest. Like I don't get it. People say some really fucking weird shit. Let me see. The Webtoons energy is just the kind that gave me a major exhale to find out it was written by a gay trans guy. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like it feels a little bit caricaturish, you know, because it's trying to be very happy. So it flanderizes a lot of characters. A lot. Like flanderization is just the simplification of a character to their baser elements. And it flanderizes a lot of characters because it just wants to tell a simple story. It doesn't need the character to have too many dimensions because they only need to be a nerd or a goth or a jock or a preppy kid. They don't need to be anything else. So I find that the general dislike and disdain for the comic is a little bit weird. I don't know. I just wanted to see what the audience was going to tell me. I was hoping that one of you would explain to me where this comes from. And like, it's the negative reaction to it isn't just people being mad about it. Like if just people being mad on Twitter, I wouldn't care. But it's like people drawing violent art of them, and like people drawing super violent art of like members of the different characters getting like mutilated, or murdered. It's really dark. It's really dark. Like, or just people taking shots of the character, like just take a picture and they'll be like, "Shut up! I will put you in a wood chipper." It's like mega violent language. It's also people like trying to discredit the author, saying that they're introducing children to porn, which is funny. At least to me it is. You know, fueling their unnecessary author call out post or whatever. You will see where people are fueling their unnecessary hatred from. Okay. The dudes are just being happy, healthy, and gay, but people don't want to see proper relationships. They don't think gay love is valid unless people have to suffer and fight for it, because then it isn't deep enough for them. From Kaji Purin in Twitter in chat. Honestly, yeah, you know, Kaji, like, I love how we're having a media discussion now. Unordinary is just supposed to be me seeing what people think. But yeah, you're right. I think it's a big the LGBT pain conversation is something that I've seen a lot of um, people have. And also, so the reason I'm talking about it isn't just because people yelling on Twitter. I don't care about people yelling on Twitter. As I said, I don't care. It's because I've seen creators talk about it. It's been on the subreddit. It's been on Twitter. It's been in the general conversational zeitgeist. In the comments, if you guys remember the last video I did on the channel, the one about the problem of making content on Webtoon Canvas, all of the comments on the screen that I put up there that were like, I put up 2 sets of comments about how transphobic like Webtoon's comment section can be. Almost every comment I put up there, plus like another 50 that I had in a save folder, were just from boyfriends. That's nowhere else. And that was a year ago. And it's only gotten worse to this day. It's like escalated. You know, it's grossly escalated. And I wanted to just talk about like how weird that is. As a queer person who's a fan, I'm just very don't read. It makes people happy. It costs energy to have outrage. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. It does cost a ton of energy to have outrage. I think my favorite post I've seen from this entire thing, though, and it's very funny, is somebody saying that calling refrain bro problematic because he said, if God isn't a femboy, I ain't dying. I really have much else to say about that one. I just thought it was funny. Because it's true. If God isn't a femboy, neither am I. I respect the hustle. Keep on it, King. It's just super weird. And the violent art thing is apparently not a one-off for boyfriends. It's a thing that happened to Lore Olympus a lot. It's a thing that happens to a lot of people's content, apparently. At least as far as I understand it, quite a lot of feature creators have stories of fans drawing very violent art of their work because they don't like it. Or like photoshopping their characters into violent situations and like not just like posting about it, but like tweeting at them about it. I fucking that is mega weird. That is mega weird. That's some Christian energy. Don't bring up Christine, Jesus. That's such a weird situation. I don't want to think about that. And it's gotten so bad, and it reminds me a lot more about the reaction that happened to Religiously Gay when that came out. And I'm just here thinking like, why are you? What's with this? Is this where we're at now? Is this what we do when we don't like something? We make like a long ass post where we just piss on them and we make them we make creators feel terrible when we don't like the work that they make. Is that what we're doing? I just don't like the creator because they said they didn't like Converse. I cannot stand someone disliking my favorite shoe. It shows a complete lack of taste and fashion sense. That being said, they shouldn't be allowed to wear shoes because they don't like the same shoes that I do. The soles of their shoes aren't deep enough. Why spend time making hate content for a webcomic you don't even like when you can go find another you do like on the same platform even? Dude, it's been fucking weird to see. And I'm because I got interested in it, I followed the tag and I went down the boyfriend's tag. And like I went down the boyfriend's tag just reading what people were saying. Right? This isn't me like targetedly just looking to see what people were putting out into the earth. And I can't show you any of it. I can't show you any of it because it was pretty bad. Like it was so goddamn awful what people put up. I think maybe I can show you one or two of them. Let me look again. Cause it's volatile. It's people it's also a lot of homophobic shit, I should say. It's like really bad. like a lot of them is just content warning, content warning. Twitter has blurred it. Like a bunch of people could. What the fuck is a pro shipper? This is me showing my age. What the fuck is a pro shipper, guys? Can someone explain that to me? I just I okay. Like I think my favorite post, I thought unironically of everything. I'm just gonna show you guys this. Um, this is my favorite post of the entire thing. Oh, I can't. It's not showing up properly. Is this one? This is the one. This is one of the only ones I can show you that isn't really like awful. Because it's just homophobic, but like, and it doesn't matter. It's just stupid. I just like the idea that of all the problems in New York, the main problem everyone's complaining about, the main problem everyone's mad about, is some gay kids kissing and holding hands. Love it. It's so fucking stupid. I think pro shipper is someone who likes. Okay, all right, whatever. I don't want to know what the young people are doing anymore. I don't care. It's just it. Ah ah. It's like this end part of the live stream is just me being very upset about what I've seen on the internet. I'm so tired. I would have liked New York more if I'd seen the boyfriend's ad. Yeah, me too. It would have at least been an interesting place. New York kind of sucks, unironically, not gonna lie. Good pizzas though. Just gonna put my name out there. All the New Yorkers are gonna murder me in my sleep. The one time I'm in New York for less than 5 hours and I ate one slice of pizza and went, that's some good za. And then nothing else is good about that place. Oh my God. It's just been a shitty 2 weeks. I did not eat bagel. New York was not good enough for bagel. Um, I did not eat the New York bagel. I'm sorry. I did. I refused to. I refused to enjoy anything there. I was doing a layover at JFK. It took a while. Oh, you mean the 2D ships thing? No, that's fair. It might be that. I still think it's funny, but you're right. That's a good thing to consider. I didn't think about that, Georgie. Good point there. Um, I didn't even think about that at all. Uh, uh, New York is yeah. That was the only good thing about New York, Kajipur, and everyone walks really fast. Everyone in New York walks really, really fast. And it was great because I got to places on time. I never had to wait behind some stroller or some cart or some old person. You know, not to hate on old people, but like I got places to be. So yeah, like that's how I felt about it. They are speed. We're talking about New York. When I went to, when I went to New York, a sketchy man dressed in a disheveled Elmo costume ran at me and tried to hug me. God, fuck me, dude. That's all we got about New York is great pizza, much speed. That's it. That's all that was good about it, anyway. Oh my god. Hey, Soap, I have a question for you. If you guys don't know, the Soper Salad is a featured creator using their featured creator Twitch account. Um, I got a question for you, Soap. How did you feel when you saw the ad? Oh, sorry, was a featured creator. How did you feel when you saw the ad? The Kenny the ad that Kenny Duck posted. You didn't care? Actually, what are you doing right now, Soap? Let me see if I can call. Let's see if I can get an impromptu guest that I can then put in the title. Yeah, the side hustle ad. Okay. Hey guys, we're getting a guest. We're getting a sudden guest. Hey, so.
Oh wait, hold on. I have to mute. You're double playing on my end.
Hello, Soper Salad. Welcome, sudden guest.
Hello.
Hi. You were a featured creator once, against your will. Can I ask you a question? How did you feel when you saw that ad? How did that make you feel?
How did it make me? I mean,
yeah.
Honestly, I didn't really think of it in any sort of way, but I saw a lot of people freaking out about it, and I was like, I mean, I understand why people are upset.
Like, what do you mean? It didn't make you feel a certain? It didn't make you feel like what?
I just looked at it and I was like, "This is kind of cringe," but that's typical Webtoon advertising. So, like,
do you think it was malicious or they're just stupid?
I think they're just not really thinking properly.
Okay, so you agree with me on them just being kind of
yeah. I missed like the first part of your stream, but I assume that's what you said. I don't think they really like. I don't think they really like consider things before they put it out. Like, what, dude? One of my editors. Okay, so I had an episode of I used to work on a featured comic, by the way, and I had an episode that had no text on it, and my editor didn't say anything, and she just posted it. Like, I feel like that's just the vibe of Webtoon staff.
Do you think? Okay, I guess my follow-up question is: do you think they're overworked?
The Webtoon staff, probably. I don't know.
Do they feel overworked whenever you speak to them? Like they always...
I don't know. I think it depends on the person. From what I've heard, they are, but like at the same time, it's like maybe this company just needs to be managed a little better.
I do think the management really does suck.
Yeah. I don't really know how it works, but if all of your employees are struggling and all of your artists aren't happy, except for like the 1% that are at the top, then something's wrong with your management.
Okay. I have a follow-up question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just putting you on the guest screen so you can.
It's fine, man.
So like.
Oh man, I gained weight.
Just because the square is so big. Audio listeners love you to death. I just added soap to the visuals, and she's just a square. Hey, so Soap, just me, following up some questions I want to ask.
Yeah, sure.
When you worked on your feature comic, how much of a pain was it? I think everyone's experience is different, but my personal experience was not very good. Did you ever get people drawing hate art of Toaster Dude?
No, we weren't that popular, unfortunately.
How would you have dealt with hate art? Like if you got, let's say you put out, because I've known you for a while now, I think.
Yeah, sure.
So I know about some of the work that you've wanted to put out. I think there was one that was very gay.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you had put that out into the world? You put all your hours into it, you put that out, and you got like a religiously gay boyfriend's reaction from the world?
That would be unfortunate.
Would that make you hole yourself up in your room?
It depends how well it's doing. I mean, you get a lot of shit online just being a creator. Like, it kind of fucks with your mental health, but you get used to it. Like, honestly, if people drew gore art of like my characters, I wouldn't really care. I'll just be like, oh, someone cared enough to make fan art. That's nice.
There's so much to unpack.
But I don't know if this is like the way a lot of feature creators feel. I've seen some violent Sunnyside Skies fan art.
Oh, so that does happen to Sunnyside.
Yeah, but like people liked it. I think they're just like, I mean, some people just want to like draw violent fan art. It's fine.
Like what violent fan art?
They'll just like Chase holding a knife and he's all bloody, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah,
and
okay,
like
that's not like violent. That's just like.
Well, I think there was a piece where like he had killed Adam and Seth, and they were like on the floor or something. I don't really, I don't know, but I wasn't offended at all. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Thanks for drawing my characters.
Okay. I guess the context is really important, right? Because it's not like they tweeted at you going, "Your comic is cancer," and then they like sent you that.
Oh, dude, I had that experience though.
Oh,
wait, did I ever show you the roast video of Sunnyside?
There's a roast video of Sunnyside's guys.
There was. I think they deleted it, but there's like this guy who would make really like, I don't know, like homophobic reviews of webcomics, and he reviewed a lot of like gay webcomics, and he would just say like heinous shit about them, and then he would rank them on a different level of hell. Oh. And he reviewed my comic.
Okay.
And like, I was just happy that someone cared enough to review my comic, man. Yes. Like, he was saying some bad juju stuff. I was like, oh, this is about me.
Are you okay?
Probably not, man. Maybe I'm just like, my brain got too messed up. I don't know. It takes a lot to offend me these days. Like, I've been on the internet for a while, but a lot of artists, like, I mean, I could understand why having your characters put through a wood chipper wouldn't be very nice. They are your babies.
Somebody in chat says, I'd probably be sad if someone made genuine ill-intentioned gore art of my character.
Yeah.
But if someone,
I think if I was getting
a wood chipper, I would laugh.
If I was getting like the amount of hate that Refrainbow and the religiously gay person are getting, that would fuck with me probably like a lot more. Luckily, I haven't had any like, I mean, aside from that video and some rude comments, and then like, you know, being told to stop drawing from Reddit, but I haven't gotten like the intense like Twitter canceling yet.
From Reddit?
So, oh yeah, when I was like 12, I posted my art to Reddit, and it was like anime shit, and someone told me, this is not art, stop drawing.
Okay, I feel like that's an appropriate reaction for every 12-year-old to get, but I also don't think we should do that. I still think it's wrong. If you were 12, why were you even on the internet? Why weren't you outside?
Because my parents don't love me.
Okay, fair enough.
Why do you think I'm a comic artist?
Honestly, yeah. Like, honestly, mood. feeling very represented right now. You make a gay comic. You're not gay though.
I'm half gay.
You're half gay? Oh, I thought you weren't.
Yeah.
I lived my whole life.
Wait, really?
You weren't.
Dude, I've been drawing like so much lesbian shit lately.
I've known you for so long. I think at this point, I just went, oh, just very straight. I apologize.
That's okay.
Don't hate me. I promise I don't hate you.
It's okay.
But no. How do you feel like when you make your comic that people are like expecting you to portray their own very specific sense of their own very specific life, and whenever you don't do that, they get upset at you?
More comments that are like, oh yeah, am I going? My little avatar isn't moving.
It's moving. It just only bounces
when
you start talking. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
wait, what was the question again? I mean, I feel like most people are mad because my comic isn't going as fast as they would like, if anything. Right. Like, I guess it's like, I don't know, it's more of a like super slow burn, but so it's not going like as hard on the like gay advertisement. But I got a lot of people who are like, you know, why are you queer baiting us? You know, why isn't the story going faster? And I'm just like, chill. Let me take my time with this. My goal is not to please you; it's to please me.
You used to make jokes about that.
Yeah, I at some point I would just like make chapters like that would just make fun of them.
I think the point because I was talking about that earlier, and I was just like,
yeah.
At the end, at this point, if they're gonna complain that much, why don't they just go make their own shit? I don't know if that's a bad opinion though.
Wait, if they complain what?
Yeah, they're gonna complain as much that you're not moving as fast as they want you to move or whatever. Right? Why don't they just go make their own shit?
Because they're entitled. They'll just be like, oh, I've gotten comments that are like, oh, you're like, I'm posting my comic for free on Webtoon, by the way, and they're like, how come the episodes aren't longer? Your story's going so slow. You make money from this. I see your Patreon. You have one. People are donating, so you should be giving us our product. Like, and this is not even from a Patreon. This is just from a free reader.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, you make money from Patreon, so you need to produce more content for us.
Which, by the way, I also want to make money from Patreon. So if you want to give to the patreon.com/webcomics hub fund, that'd be great. Send it to a tip jar. I got lazy. I could not be bothered. You do like postcards and shit, and I cannot be asked. Not right now.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but it's fine.
So sorry, I'm thinking about the stabbing thing.
Wait, what?
Thinking about the stabbing thing, and it makes me laugh. So so bad.
Yeah.
Thank you, so by the way. I didn't think you were. I thought you were busy today.
No, I'm not doing shit. Like the entire weekend.
Okay. Okay. We'll talk later.
All right, you're gonna kick me off now.
I'm gonna kick you off. You've been a wonderful guest. So can you, I'm not even gonna let you tell the audience so they can find you. Go.
It's fine. Leave. You probably shouldn't. Bye, guys.
Okay. That was an event. Oh my God. Oh, Lord. All right. That was fun. Thanks to Soap. And I know she's still here watching. Thanks to Soap. I appreciate you telling me what you think. I'm going to put your name in the title of the video. I got that feature. I got that feature, guys. Thanks a lot, though. Honestly, it was really, you made some really good points. Oh. Made some really good point. Made some really good points, so I really appreciate it. Yeah. Cool. That's kind of all I want. I'm sorry, I'm just reading chat. I'm reading chat and like putting my brain together. That's kind of all the things I wanted to talk about today. I'm glad that I got a really good opinion. So it really brought it home as to how unsupported a creator can feel working with Webtoon. You know, how unsupported you can feel working with Webtoon, even when you think that you are supported, even though some other people say that they are supported, enough creators aren't. And a lot of people don't make a lot of money while being unsupported and not having people even edit their work. You know, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks for feature creators to some extent. And if you're a bootlicker, you can go fuck yourself. And if you're making violent content about someone's webcomic, you can also go fuck yourself. There's not really much else for me to say today. That was kind of everything I wanted to cover. That's the topic list. I'm sorry, it's not very long. If anyone has anything they want to tell me, any opinions they want to give, it would be a great time to give it to me so I can, before I leave, before I go forever. And then I just come back next week. Next week we're supposed to do a workshop, actually, now that I think about it. Might not do it though. Might not. Depends. We'll see. We'll see if we can get a workshop going for next week. Also, if you are a viewer and you like to view things and you're not on my Discord, discord.gg. Do I have a password for it? Do I have a website for it? No, I don't yet. I'm going to make a website for it later. If you're not on the Discord, you should probably get on the Discord. You know, it's a wonderful place where I am often enough. And I try to hang out with everyone, and we have a nice conversation space where you can just talk about comics and other comic related things. So would be good to see you on there. The Discord is Webcomics Hub. If you Google that, Webcomics Hub Discord, it comes up, which I think is incredibly funny. But if you want my invite link, here it is in chat. Other than that, I'll see you all next week when I don't know, let's do something. When I do another one of these, probably. Like that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna just more of this shit. Or a workshop if we're really lucky. Okay. That's it. See ya. I usually have an ending, but like I don't today. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. Bye.